always be mommy's baby. No, baby.
Tell her you're a baby until you're out of diapers, girlfriend.
No, I say you will always be a baby. Even when you're old.
You're my baby.
You're my baby.
Yeah.
You want to get us going?
I do. So welcome back to Tales from the Service Industry. I'm your host, I'm Bill. I'm joined tonight with three lovely co-hosts. With us, returning, is Liz.
Hi, team.
Ms. B.
Hey.
We have a special guest tonight joining us for the very first time. We're going to introduce Ellen.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, so happy to have you.
Happy to be here.
So now, listeners know that Ms. B and I have been in the hotel industry. Liz is in recreation. Ellen is joining us from a little different field. She's in the automotive field.
Nice.
So not to put you on the spot, but I'm going to. If you could share just a little bit about what you do and how you interact with with the public in the service industry. Sorry, I don't mean to giggle, but automotive, I'm sure, brings a lot of fun stuff.
Trauma. No. On the daily basis, you want to bring your car in for service, you're going to come see me, and I'm going to give you the bad news, and you're going to yell and scream at me because you don't want to pay that much. And I'm here to put a smile on your face by the time you leave my dealership.
Oh, well, that's neat.
You're a saint.
I try.
I mean, to be honest, I probably wouldn't like you.
Wait, can I ask a question? I'm sure you have a million, Bill, already lined up. How many people have you seen cry?
This week?
No way.
I literally had this poor pregnant woman, and I felt so bad. She comes in for an oil change and ended up needing a water pump, and it's an internal water pump. So if you know anything about that, it means it costs like $3,000. Okay.
And she just thought like, $60 to $100 for an oil change. No big deal.
$3,000.
Yeah. She looks at me. This was this past week on Saturday, and she looks at me and she goes, Ellen, I don't know how you can do this job. You give people bad news all day long. And I told her, but look, okay, but it's coming from me, somebody who cares. I actually care that you are sitting here crying in front of me. So aren't you happy it's with me and not one of these other guys down here, Yeah. She goes, I know. But she was crying because, she's pregnant. She's expecting this baby. And now she's got to fork out, almost $3,500. Now, me being who I am, I'm always looking for the deals for people, Okay, is your husband military? No. Yeah, he is. He's going to be military.
Oh, you're such a saint.
love that.
Do you have AAA? No. Okay, I'm going to give you mine. Yep, you got it. You're good. Let's see, I can tack off, a few hundred there. Okay, what else can we do? So I always try.
You're so sweet.
Man,
oh, my
gosh. It breaks my heart when people are crying in front of you and you're the bearer of the bad news, So I try and do what I can.
Oh, my God, I wish during any of my car problems you would have been there.
Please, come on.
Right? I swear, because it's always like when you're penny pinching, when you cannot afford for one more thing to go wrong, that something goes wrong and you're like, oh my God.
Always.
Well, I might be in the market for a vehicle, and I might be switching brands, if you know what I mean.
Whoa, for you, that's huge.
I know. It's worth a shot. It's worth some research, right?
Yeah.
Always do the research. Don't listen to what anybody says. Do the research or whatever makes you feel comfortable.
As long as I come to your dealership for service.
Right? Saint over here.
I will smile. I'll give you the bad news with a smile.
And then ask for your AAA card.
And ask for your AAA card.
No, I have yours. I'm fine.
There you go. That's
Don't worry,
right.
I have my own. We're good.
AAA's like, this woman spends a lot of money.
She has a lot of vehicles.
Yeah, so many cars.
I don't care. Until they slap my wrist, I'm going to keep doing it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do my part.
And I'm sure your spiel a lot of times is, look, I want you to be safe on the road. These repairs are truly necessary so you don't end up hurt or injured.
100%. Some guy's wheel bearings are falling off his vehicle today, and I'm like, this car is dangerous to drive, and I don't want you leaving this dealership. So either you're going to go buy a new car, or you're going to get this fixed because you're not leaving this dealership.
That's amazing.
He still is on the fence about it. So I got to really push that.
I'm sorry, but if he leaves, isn't that, what's it called? Evolution?
No, it's
what am I thinking of?
I'm lost here. Bill?
It kind of falls into the Darwinian theory of
survival of the fittest, but smartest.
Exactly.
Like
it's Darwinism at play.
There's a term for it. Yeah.
That sounds so mean. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but
that was a little.
Natural selection.
Natural selection.
Yes. Natural selection.
Yes.
But it's not natural selection. He's just being ding dong, not wanting to.
Yeah. So he shouldn't probably reproduce.
Yeah. So he's going to be that guy that I see on the freeway on the way to work that's missing the full front suspension.
And the car is just going to go blop. It's just not going to run anymore.
Oh my gosh.
What can you do? You can't make everybody spend their money. You can just deliver the news.
Yeah.
Well, hey, guys, always have an emergency fund.
Okay, for those of us who don't have the liberty to have that, have credit cards.
There you go.
Okay.
Same thing. It's
What's
all
a savings account?
Miss B.
Spoiled kids over here.
Ms. B's savings account comes with a 19% interest rate.
No, probably $24.99. Yeah.
20.
That's the current interest rate right now.
It's
Really?
insane. Yeah.
For most credit cards like that, yeah, 24.99.
Wow, I feel like a baller at 9.9 now.
Wow.
What?
Goodness.
You
Somebody's
can
got a
earn
credit
airport
rating.
miles. You can earn that airport miles.
You know.
That's literally why
That's
I
what I
opened
do.
up every single credit card.
Yeah.
I'm trying to shut them down right now. So
Each airline, each big box retailer probably got a credit card.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can earn those miles. I got my son in from Florida last year on my Capital One miles.
Okay, so other than making people cry,
Good tears. I think I would consider those good tears. Those are forgiven.
what's some of the, I want to know some of the crazier things that you guys see. Like, I want dirt. I want the tea.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I just have so many whirling in my head. So today, for instance, this gentleman, he comes in. We call him, let him know that his vehicle's right. It's not my customer, okay, but I was there for this.
Let's get this clear.
Yes, it's not my customer, okay? This never would happen on my watch. So he gets this call that his vehicle is ready to go. So he comes in, goes see the advisor to go pick up his vehicle. And, it's not ready. The car is ready, but the paperwork's not done. There's a process, right? You get the car done. It's got to go through dispatch. It's got to go through, people putting their flag time.
You don't just walk in and get the keys and
you don't
skedaddle.
just walk in and it's done. Okay, I get to go. No.
Why not? Gosh.
I know. You would think. So, it takes a moment for paperwork to go from one desk to another.
And then
Okay.
another, and then another.
Exactly. People got to get their hand in it. So he gets there, and my coworker was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not ready yet. I haven't gotten your paperwork back from dispatching." And this guy flips a lid. I was told my car was ready. I came down here. I Ubered myself here to come pick up my car, and you're telling me that it's not ready? Well, sir, I just got to wait. Got to get the paperwork. Just give me about 15, 20 minutes, blah, blah, blah. What the f*** is going on in this place? This is the worst dealership. I don't understand what's going on. Every time I come here, there's a problem. And the guy is walking up and down the service area where all of our desks are, yelling and screaming. And my poor coworker, and he's the most kindest guy, not as kind as I am, but he's so kind, and he's just sitting there with his eyes like deer caught in headlights, like, what is going on? Why is this guy flipping out, right? Like, this dude is Jason Momoa status, like he's
Whoa.
like not as hot as Jason Momoa.
I was just imagining the muscles, whatever.
The hair and the wind.
And the wind and the man bun and the
Triceps.
yes.
Are the three of you going to slide off your chairs or something?
Maybe.
I wish, because if that was Jason Momoa, I'd let him yell all he wanted all day long. But yeah, so he's just da-na-na-na-na. So then the manager at this point is coming and going, what's going on? And the customer proceeds to go out the door, the front door, yelling and screaming in the driveway, like where the cars
who?
come up, at just himself, I guess. He's just ranting and raving. How did I hate this place? Da-da-da-da-da, just on and on. And the manager's, the funniest thing is the manager's just sitting there just watching it. And I'm just like, is anyone going to do anything? Like, everybody in the dealership, the service side, is looking out the window.
Maybe they're thinking they're hoping he's like a crying toddler and he's just gonna like scream himself out.
Just tantrum.
Or they're just like
gonna
afraid of
finish.
any confrontation.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, maybe he's
let's
gonna
go
nap in a
packing.
minute.
Like, what's going on? Yeah, no, that's another story. But yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, it was just insane. And you could hear him with the doors closed. You can hear this man's voice just screaming profanities at us.
Oh my God.
My poor coworker's just like running around. He's got to get that paperwork. Like, he's just like, got to get that paperwork, and he's trying to get it going, trying to go. Managers aren't doing anything. They after the fact though, they got the whole tea. But during this was going on, they didn't do nothing.
Was anyone laughing?
I was.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would have
sitting
been. I would
there
have been like hiding my giggles, like, oh, this idiot.
because he looks like an idiot, right?
Yeah.
Where my desk is literally the next one to the older gentleman who it was his customer. So I'm sitting there hiding behind my monitor, just like, oh my gosh, thank God that's not me. Oh my gosh. And so the poor receptionist, she comes up to me later and she goes, Ellen, she goes, oh my God, I think that was my fault because I told him his vehicle was ready. And I go, honey, that is not your fault. That is never okay. I don't care what you told him. That is never okay. I gave her a hug and I said, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. But I don't want you thinking it's your fault because it is not.
I mean, yeah, the vehicle may be ready, but sir, the paperwork is not complete.
It's 5 minutes.
There are a couple things we need to complete before really giving you your vehicle, which is ready.
You know, this literally reminds me of what was it? No, mine was a
Miss B's B.
Miss B's B of the week.
My B of the week. I said the exact same thing. It's like, just because something goes wrong and maybe you're fully justified in what happened, you don't get to act like that. You don't get to treat people like that.
Never okay. Never okay.
No.
It's like, can you imagine being married to that? That's like, first thing I
would
said was,
be
can you
so
imagine being married
embarrassed.
to that? Like, oh my God.
When things like that happen, I do think that, like, who do you have to spend
Yes.
most of your days
Who
with?
has to put up with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, especially like in the hotel industry, you see people throwing a temper tantrum in front of their significant other.
Yeah.
And what do? They just sit there like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
He doesn't mean it.
Well, tell him to shut the F up.
Like the look.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Like, Miss B, if we were in public and you were being a jerk, I'd call you out.
Oh, I know you would.
And I expect the same to me, too.
Yes. People should do that.
Yes.
Someone close to you should say, hey, you're acting a fool. You need to calm down. They're human beings.
Check yourself.
Own it.
Check your privilege.
Serious.
Yeah. Yeah, it was utter insanity for like a good 10 minutes. And then, of course, he finally gets his car 10 minutes later and he takes off. And it's like, look
like,
what
why?
you did. Look at what
Why?
you... Yeah.
So do you guys,
understand.
do you have like a file system that like, you know, like our hotels, we have something and we literally
The naughty list?
pass along to other hotels. Be
The
like,
DNR.
hey,
Oh, do not...
do you have like notes to be
Not
like, this
right.
guy's a jerk. Watch out.
We
Sorry,
do
yeah.
in our own internal system.
Okay.
Not with other dealerships. No. But in our own internal, we have like an 86 next to...
Ooh, love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's a restaurant term,
It
by
is.
the way.
They say it's also a mob term.
Really?
Yeah, 8 miles
Like-
out, 6 feet down.
Oh, I was
Oh,
going
is
to
that
say,
what it stands
is that
for?
person 86? Is that where the term 86 came from?
That's actually one of the...
Is that the origin?
That's one of the origins that I heard. That
Whoa.
It came
Fun
from
fact.
Vegas mob.
Serious? 8 miles out, 6 feet down?
Yeah.
I can't wait to use this term more now.
Seriously.
I can't substantiate it because I can't give you the source, but that's what I heard. That's one of the reasons I
mean,
I
it-
like that.
Kind of
I
makes
do
sense.
too. I'm going to see if anybody at work knows that.
I like it too. I mean, well, shoot, they found 2 bodies in barrels in Lake Mead, right? So
But I'm just
What?
thinking of like restaurant
Yeah.
items like, oh, the ribeye is 86. The ribeye is 8 miles out, 6 feet down.
pretty much.
Darn.
Okay, so Ellen, along the lines of your story, it totally did like make me think of my B of the week. So, do you guys have any a-holes in the week this week?
I do. Well, I guess she would be the B of the week. technically.
yeah.
This was actually yesterday. I got a call from the front desk that they had a guest that was upset. They wanted to talk to a manager. I was the only one there. So I said, sure, I'll hustle down. Give me a minute. So I go downstairs and they have a variety of things that they're upset about. Now, I am aware that when they checked in that they didn't get the rooms connecting like they had asked for.
Okay, like they'd requested.
They had requested. Here's the problem.
Not
is
guaranteed.
yeah. So, I mean, we have to recap the definition of the word request
Exactly.
first and foremost. But so they had booked 2 different types of rooms, one with 2 queens, one with a king.
Okay.
There's like 2 of those that are side by side
Okay.
In the entire hotel?
in the entire
Of
hotel.
course, figures.
And I don't understand why they set up the hotel this way, but all of the queens are on one floor.
Oh.
Okay.
Exactly, right? So there's a king bedded room to the left of one and to the right of the other. Otherwise, they are all on the same floor.
Mine's like that too. The bottom 4 floors are all doubles.
Doesn't
2
it-
double queens.
It legitimately makes 0 sense to me. They also claim that they booked 2 connecting rooms, which they can't do because we don't have kings that connect to queens.
Okay.
For whatever reason, again, they set up the hotel where kings connect to kings. So,
Okay.
That is weird.
which makes no sense.
No, it does.
Yeah, why would you want to connect to another king room?
I know. A couple to another couple. Maybe that's the only reason.
They might like pineapples. I don't know.
Either that or you need to listen to the number May
The number
may
surprise
surprise
you
you.
episode 2, right?
Part 1 and part 2.
Yeah. 29
It's
people,
a
1 room.
It's a two-parter.
So I know that they're upset about that. And I go down, I talk to them. And one of the 2 women starts talking about how they were upset that the rooms weren't side by side, even though they had requested them. And very kindly said, well, I'm so sorry. Your reservation is for the room type. Requests such as location, such as connecting, those are all requests. I can't guarantee that. No one ever will.
Yeah, we do our best, but sometimes it's not available.
Right. So one of the women says, well, I worked for Hilton for 2 years. I know how these things work. Oh, okay. I said, well, then you should
Did you work here?
Well, no.
Did you really work at a hotel?
Yeah. I mean, did you really? Because the concept of a request is simply that. It's a request.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, right?
And if you're a B while checking in, that request is not going to go through.
It's not going to go well, right? So she tells me at that point that they want their rooms comped. They want both their rooms comped.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wait, because it gets even better.
Oh, God.
Because she claimed that when they checked in that her room was filthy and that... And one of the room attendants did go to the room because she was requested to go take care of a few things, right? So she goes to the room, and one of the things that she found that was quote unquote filthy was the phone. There was a little bit of dust in the little grill where the speaker is for the speakerphone.
Oh my God.
So she brushed that out.
Like it's a phone that had been used in the last 6 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, also
like
just
that.
dust gets on stuff.
Dust gets everywhere.
It's
dust.
It's people. If people are in the room, there will be dust.
Right. Up until this point, I'm actually open to hearing what this woman's concerns were because I want them to walk away feeling like we heard them, feeling taken care of, right? But here's the problem. Her mom starts talking about how on their second day, they left the hotel to go to do whatever they were going to do. And she left her purse and a bag that had all of her costume jewelry in it.
Like a coin purse?
Kind of like a coin purse, but it legitimately looked like a little Gucci bag.
Oh, those are very trendy right now.
Okay, well, she had one, and it was full of cheap jewelry, okay?
Good for her.
Yeah. She's telling me how she's incredibly meticulous. She knows where she puts everything.
Oh, of course.
It was in this bag, and her earrings are missing. Now, weirdly enough, the room attendant that she's alleging stole everything
Oh, my God.
didn't touch anything else. So she's
Just
telling...
her cheap costume jewelry.
Just her
Okay.
cheap costume jewelry.
Got it.
Now, she was telling me that this little bag was in her purse. So you're telling me that the room attendant went into your big purse, took out this little jewelry purse, went through it, took a pair of
One
matching
pair.
earrings, put everything back. And
Yes.
she said yes. Wait. So it gets better. So she then begins to tell me how she's incredibly meticulous about how she places everything and that she could tell that the room attendant had gone through her purse because it wasn't exactly where she left it. And furthermore, the light that she had left on had been turned off. So I know, she says, that the room attendant was in my room and went through my things.
I call bullshit.
So, well,
Always.
yeah. So in the back of my mind, I'm calling the same thing. So I said to her, based on what you're telling me, a crime has occurred.
Yes.
Okay. So
Call the cops.
So
Theft.
since a crime has occurred, and we're not talking a simple petty theft, we're talking about a room attendant entered your room, went through your belongings, and stole something. Mm-hmm. She says, yes, and I want that person fired. I said, well, that's what's going to happen if that's true. I said, I need to contact the police to report a theft, and I need you to provide a written statement so that I can include it with the insurance claim that I have to make of what happened. She goes, oh, well, I don't want to provide a written statement. And I said, well, it's not a matter of want. You're making the accusation that one of our employees stole something of yours from an occupied room. That's not breaking and entering, but it would be technically burglary.
Yes.
So that's
100%.
a felony. So I need to report this and I need a written statement from you. She goes, well, I'm not going to give a written statement, but you can trust me. And she reached,
You can trust me, and I just want them fired.
Yeah. So wait, here's the best
my
part.
God.
She reaches into her purse and she goes, you can trust what I have to say. And she pulls out an ID and a badge. And she tells me that she's been a corrections officer for 22 years. You can trust me.
You're
Okay.
exactly what I can't trust.
Well, so
You just see people who have committed crimes every day.
I looked at her and I said, I can appreciate the fact that you do that job. I can appreciate the fact that you say that I can trust you. I said, but in my line of work, I trust no one. I
Yep.
said, you've brought me a claim.
Well, neither does she.
Yeah, right. She should, right? So I told her, I'm like, you brought me a claim. At this point, I need to investigate it. It's not a matter of whether I believe you or not. It's a matter of what the evidence would say, right?
Yeah. And you have to follow proper policy, which you should understand.
Correct.
Working in the law yourself.
Well, now here's where it got kind of funny is that,
Oh, spicy.
well, a little bit spicy. Her daughter, who worked for hotel chains, says to me, well, what are you going to do for compensation for us regarding
Nothing.
the dirty rooms? And I stopped her and I said, well, here's the challenge. Had the conversation stopped at the fact that you felt that your telephone was dusty, that would have been a very different conversation. But now your mother is bringing an allegation of a felony. Your mother is telling me that one of our employees is untrustworthy. Your mother is telling me that one of our employees has stolen from you. So at this point, the conversation about a dusty telephone, inconsequential. I said, we're now dealing with, she wants somebody terminated.
I mean, felony versus a dusty phone.
Right.
As of right now, we're just going to investigate. There's no compensation until the investigation is complete.
Exactly that. There will be no compensation at this time. We need to do an investigation. So we need to interrogate your door lock because our electronic door locks track every entry
And exit.
and exit. And that's the thing that a lot of people...
Ooh, I had no idea.
That's something that a lot of people don't know is that even if the door is not opened with a key, as long as the door is opened, it's recorded in the lock.
Time, date.
Nice.
And it'll tell you if it's opened from the inside or the outside.
Whoa.
So I said to the woman, I need a very specific time frame from you on when the entry occurred that the earrings were stolen. So she pulls out her phone and she had a picture of the interior of the room. So it had the time on that, 9:51 a.m., right? So I'm like, okay, you said you're leaving the room at 9:51, right? She says, yes. I said, when did you come back? She said, well, in the afternoon. Approximately what time in the afternoon? Well, I don't know in the afternoon.
Afternoon is very broad.
I said, are we talking 12:15? Are we talking 5 p.m.? So she finally says 4:30. Great. So the time frame that I'm looking for is between 9 a.m. or 9:50 a.m. and 4:30 in the afternoon, right?
Was
She
the room
says, yeah.
serviced by anyone?
Well, see, that's the thing that was interesting is that I had my chief engineer go pull the door lock information, and the only entries in that room from the time they checked in to the time they checked out were theirs.
Yeah.
Snap.
Zero employee entries. None.
Was she wearing the earrings?
That would have been
Well,
funny.
no, but you know what? It's a funny
Sorry
thing
if
that
I'm bursting the bubble here.
No. That's a funny thing that you bring that up because she was telling me that the earrings that she had were like a semicircle,
Okay.
half circle.
Like a moon shape.
Yeah, like a moon shape, crescent moon.
Crescent.
And that she had two different pairs. One was bigger, one was smaller, and it was the bigger pair that the room attendant had stolen.
Okay.
He wants your
But
shot
she's
your
wearing
earring.
The
the smaller pair. Yeah. Telling me how much she didn't want to wear the smaller pair. How it's such an inconvenience to wear the smaller pair.
That's like
Is this
what?
a real
a
conversation?
quarter of an inch
yeah.
smaller.
Well, I mean, come on. I don't have pierced ears, but I don't know. If you don't want to wear the earrings, why would you wear the ones that you don't want to wear?
Just don't.
Because size matters.
Don't.
Apparently, that's why.
When it comes to your
earrings,
goals,
She
size
wanted
matters.
she wanted the bigger crescents.
Yeah, so I mean, thank you. I'll be here all day. Yeah, so I mean, ultimately, I sent her packing because she didn't want to provide a written statement, and ultimately, it was because she knew she was lying.
Yep.
Number one, but number two is my supposition is that she was in law enforcement. I mean, corrections officer, not really sworn police officer, but. I mean, if she would have filed a statement like that about a felony, that's false reporting. I would have gone after her. I mean,
Did they
knows the
really
drill.
just want compensation
yeah, they
for
basically
the very beginning issue?
yeah.
So
That's what they
they
do.
fabricated this whole big story to be like, what's something really, really bad we can accuse them for to get a free stay?
I'm not going to say
People
that they
do that.
I'm not going to say that they did that intentionally, but that's what came out at the time of the conversation.
Yeah.
Basically, they wanted 2 nights comped.
Yeah.
Because the customer's always right.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to
No.
give you $400 off your bill because your phone was dusty. You know, I mean,
I'll give you a free coffee at the coffee shop.
I'll give you a bottle of water and a pat on the head. Leave my hotel now. But that's ultimately what they ended up doing because I told them, I said, if you're not going to provide a written statement, I will not do anything.
Yeah.
I said, I will do an investigation on our side just to verify, but I'm not going to submit this to insurance. I'm not going to give you any sort of compensation.
Yep.
I mean, you're bringing an allegation that is significant. It is life ruining.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But the investigation starts and ultimately ends at pulling the lock records.
Yeah.
There it is. There's my investigation.
But
Yeah.
had she written that statement, said somebody was,
True, very
then
true.
he would say, okay, she said all this, present it, and then present the locks. She's lying.
Exactly.
done.
You want to get one of my employees fired over a fabricated story? I'm going to come after you.
Good
I'm
for
sorry.
you.
Mic drop.
Look, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never had an employee that's done something illegal. I have.
We all have.
Yeah.
And the very few that have done that, they've found themselves in the unemployment line.
Yep.
I'm not going to necessarily send you to jail, but I'm going to fire you.
I might try to send you to jail.
I'll send our guests to jail.
In a heartbeat.
I can't even tell you how many people I've had arrested over my career. And I've enjoyed almost every single one of them.
Same. Okay, my A-hole or B-hole or B of the week, whatever you want to call it.
A-hole and B-hole are interchangeable. So.
Yeah, they are.
So yours made me think of mine. So this last weekend, Saturday night, the whole hotel was full. And mind you, we're a very busy hotel. So this lady apparently called in the middle of the night and just lit up the night auditor, cursing and yelling and getting very upset because apparently there's a train in town and you could hear the train at night.
Oh, you mean there are train sharks going through a city?
Yeah, isn't that wild? So there's a train.
All right. Sorry, I'm just getting my story straight.
So there's a train and she said she could hear
Bill has
Well, I didn't know if it was going to
joke.
be like a train or pulling a train.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I knew there was a joke coming.
I know, I saw his face and I was like, okay, where is it? But so she called the middle of the night and lit up the night auditor, cursing, saying, you need to comp both of my rooms for our stay
For a
because
train?
of this train and the noise. And we couldn't sleep. We couldn't sleep all night. How dare you? How all that. And it was all in the pass on. The auditor's like, yeah, I can't do that, but you can talk to the manager in the morning. So I come in Sunday morning and this bee comes up to the desk and she started going off about the train. And I said, yeah. And I said, I do apologize that, that did keep you up. We are in a city.
With trains.
And cities do have different modes of transportation, some of which include trains. Some are traffic from cars and horns.
They include noise.
And I said, we don't have any control over the traffic and commuting around us.
You mean you didn't stop the train in the hours of 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.? How dare you?
I know.
What kind of hotel is this?
So then I told her exactly what I just said. And she's like, well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you should have told me when I booked the reservation that you have a train around you that makes noise at night.
Oh.
And I said,
What?
Besides during the day?
I said, well, most hotels that are in the city and aren't remotely located would have modes of transportation such as that. It is impossible to inform every single guest who is making a reservation of this. And I said, and how did you book your reservation? I called. Actually, it looks like you booked it through a group. So we wouldn't even have the opportunity to inform you of that if that was something we did, which it's not, because it is up to you to investigate the hotel, the surrounding areas. We cannot possibly tell you about every single thing that's around us, every single thing that's in this hotel, every single thing that you're going to experience. That is up to you, your responsibility, your research. We provide you with the details about your room and what is at the hotel.
The building.
Yes.
Ms. B,
That's like
100%.
how dare you put responsibility on the guest?
I know.
But I'm sorry, that's like going to Disneyland and staying at one of their resorts and being like, you didn't tell me about the fireworks.
It's literally the same thing.
Exactly.
The hotel next to any sports arena. You didn't tell me there'd be people cheering during a game. Are you kidding me?
Like, really? That is your responsibility. So I told her, I apologize that you experienced that. Well, why couldn't you move me? You should have put me in a different room. You're on the 11th floor.
Wait. For reference, how many floors do you have?
12. Oh. And I said, you're like as high up as it gets, almost.
You want to be 8 feet more?
I wish we could have 86'd them.
I was trying to land that, but I couldn't.
Your routine was a 9.5, but the landing
Was like a
5.3 from the Hungarian judge. I
I was gonna say like 1.2.
Yeah.
was going to cut you some slack.
Thank you.
But yeah,
Thanks,
so
guys.
this fee, I denied me compensation for train noises. And then I was like, I'm sorry, there's just, I can't compensate you because of, that, and like I said it more eloquently. She's like, oh, that's ridiculous. I'm like, well, here's a copy of your bill. Make sure everything looks correct. And, I hope you guys win your games because they were here for sports stuff. And then she's like, I have parking on here. And I said, yes, you do. She's like, well, I didn't have a car.
Oh.
Then
said,
how'd you
really?
get a parking charge?
I said, really? The charge automatically goes on there if you use your key in the structure. So you must have entered. Well, I mean, we might have entered, but we didn't park there. We parked on the street. We found street parking.
I'm sorry, that's a lie for your property.
No, shoot.
That's a
But
freaking lie.
at this point, I'm not going to stand in the lie and be like, you're a big fat liar. So at this point, I just have to be, oh, okay, well, I'll go ahead and take that off for you. So I had to remove her parking.
Well, that
And here's a
explains it.
complimentary bottle of water.
She waited till checkout. She was here for 3 nights, and it was the night before her checkout that apparently the sound of trains suddenly started bothering her, and she threw a temper tantrum.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What sport were they here for?
Softball.
Oh, that makes sense.
We have all the sports teams, but it was the younger ones, so younger kids,
Adolescents?
Yeah,
It was
not teenagers, like
No, no.
younger.
Yeah.
Middle school?
So it
Yeah,
was
probably that range.
It was a softball. Mom?
Yeah.
A Karen, I might say.
Did she have the asymmetrical haircut?
No,
darn.
that would have made it perfect though.
Dodge minivan outside?
Darn.
Probably.
She made sure to do her daughter's hair and makeup, though, with a nice bow for her softball game, though.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but I did say this when she was checking out, and then I was like, okay, well, here's a copy of your bill. And do you have your room keys? Wait, why do you need that? I'm like, well, you
You're
have to turn them
checking
in when you
out.
check out. Because you needed to get out of the garage. And she's like, I must have misplaced them. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to deactivate them right now so that way nobody else can use them.
So wait.
Which is not possible, but I'm saying this and I'm like, fuck you.
How would she get out of the structure? Is there like a call button she has to call?
Well, she had her keys, so she could use it. I can't actually deactivate them, but I said that to make her squirm.
Oh, man.
She's sweating.
I
How am I going to
know.
get out? How am I going to get out? I love it. I love it.
Wait, you can't deactivate keys?
No.
Well, you can, but
Oh, just in case they're actually in the parking structure?
There's a process.
There's not, well, I mean, think about it. It's in your hand. The only way I can make it not work
Oh,
is
if
by like,
I have it.
Yeah.
Ah. Sorry, lack of front desk experience
but the
here.
guest doesn't know that.
it's all right. We're here to
This
help
guest-
educate.
this
We're here to
guest
enlighten.
didn't.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? You couldn't?
No. But yeah, so that's my B of the week.
Nice.
Softball moms.
Nice.
I know.
Ding Karens.
I think the only worse is maybe cheer or dance or
I could see that.
gymnastics.
No, cheer and dance are the devil. They are the worst.
The pageant moms?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because every mom believes that their daughter is going to All-State.
Oh, of course. And it's going to be the next Britney Spears. All right, Liz, do you got an A-hole of the week? Or B-hole or B or whatever you want to call it?
You know, yeah, I got the A's and the B's, but mine goes with the check your entitlement comment from earlier.
Ooh, I like it.
So this is not
Especially the resort you work at.
Exactly.
Entitlement is part of the membership package.
It's part of the onboarding.
Part of your dues.
Yeah. I'm sorry. On a scale of 1 to 100, what is your level of entitlement?
200.
99. Oh, let's put you right through.
So we have a lot of children on property pretty consistently, and it's just the entitlement of the parents to let their children run rampant on the property.
I remember that. It used to drive me nuts. And, well, they still do it here, but dude.
Yeah. So this particular day, I saw a unaccompanied child down by the pool. It was it was during really good hours for swimmings, and I knew the child, so I was like, "Why is this kid down here? I don't see his parents around. Don't see any siblings."
They're concerned.
And I think he is supposed to be in our childcare area because he is known to be a runner.
That one.
Different one.
Oh, how many runners do you
Different.
have?
More than one?
Different one. This one didn't make it all the way to the highway. This one just ran out and wanted to go to the arcade games.
Okay. So, he stayed in the building.
Pac-Man.
I get
little
it.
Asteroids. Yeah. Okay.
He's a really good, well-behaved kid. He's just very independent 4-year-old.
Okay.
He's 4?
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm thinking older than that.
No. But very well-spoken. He knows where he's at. He's comfortable.
He's
Okay.
4.
He's a
By the pool
frequent visitor.
alone.
Yeah. So I'm like, this kid. So I call him over. Hey, where's mom? Where's dad? I don't know. I go, sir, where are you supposed to be right now? Right here.
Sassy.
I go,
Smarty pants.
no, you're not. Are you supposed to be in the kids' room? No, I'm not. So one of my employees that knows him pretty well, like picks him up, scoops him up.
Oh.
And he's like squirming, trying to get out of her arms. And I'm like, all right. So I get on my radio. I radio the attendant in the child room. I say this lightly, like, hey, do you have any kids in there right now? He goes, yeah, I have 2. Are you supposed to have 3?
Did you say that over the radio?
Well, I didn't want to be like, did you lose a kid?
I hope somebody laughed somewhere hearing that.
Oh, man. He goes, no, I don't think so. Like, the mom is still in here. Like, oh, okay. So I tell my employee who has the child still in her arms, like, keep an eye on him. Let me go see if I can find the mom. Oh, yeah, the mom's in the kids' room with her other 2 kids. I go, hey, your oldest son is down by the pool.
You're missing one. Yeah.
And she goes, oh, yeah, he didn't want to come in here today. Like, it's just going to be these 2. I go, okay, well, he's down by the pool, unattended.
Who's watching him?
Yeah. I go, so someone's bringing him in here because he can't be down there unattended. Oh, well, I'll just go get him. He didn't want to come in here today. And, you know, these 2 are going to stay in here. And I just need to go have a glass of wine.
Oh, no, she
So she
didn't.
thought you were just going to babysit him out there?
Yeah, she just let the kid run wild. He's comfortable
my
on
God.
property. But how dangerous is this? And like, okay,
Yeah.
this kid is like
Call CPS.
Like I've seen
Seriously.
I've seen him swim. He's a pretty decent swimmer. But you're
He's
at a
4.
pool unattended. That we don't have lifeguards on duty at this time.
Well, he could be screwing around and hit his head and drown.
Yeah.
That's it.
He could. Well, I mean, the scenarios
there's
for he
a
could
list of
are
1,000.
endless.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
Bad parent.
at 4,
bad parent.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't let my kids out of my sight at 4.
So this just shows like how comfortable they are at this property. And I mean, it's great that they are trusting of us as staff.
You're spinning this in a really
Too
positive
trusting.
way.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's great that they're comfortable, but also, again, check your privilege. I am not here to parent your damn child.
Yeah.
I am not here to watch them and make sure they don't drown or they don't hit their head or they don't pick up
Plus,
something
what if
they're
someone
allergic
comes
to
and
and
takes
eat.
them away?
Aren't there rules like signage, like children under the age of?
So there is, but I had one team member like with the kid, and then I find the parents and I say, hey, you know, he really is unattended. He really needs to be sitting in the restaurant with you guys. Oh, yeah. Just bring him in. Yeah. Okay. Let me go get your kid and bring him to you. So then, of course,
my God.
well, I go around because this has been an issue in the restaurant recently.
Children running around.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have had reports of kids taking their shoes off, rolling around in the restaurant, and this is like supposed to be a classy establishment. And
It's a private club.
well, one day we were compared to Chuck E. Cheese.
That is a disgrace.
Like, we're not running a Chuck E. Cheese here.
No.
Parent your damn kids.
I'm sorry. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I know that it's a membership facility.
Yeah.
Correct.
What does a membership there cost?
Oh,
Ballpark.
I mean, it's a fork ton to like us, but
I mean, we're talking 5 digits. We're talking 6 digits.
So we're talking 5 digits at the start.
Above or below 50 grand.
Below.
depends.
No, below.
Really?
It's like a beginner package. Like it can go up and higher and higher. Okay.
Based on the market.
Right.
But that's the lowest price private club in the area, right?
Well, we don't have a golf course.
But you got pickleball.
Yeah, we do. We got 2 pickleball courts.
Oh,
And they are booked and busy, let me tell you.
I believe it.
Yeah. Getting back to the unaccompanied child, I had to go around to our receptionist. Hey, if you see X child running around, call security. I have done my job.
yep. You've done your part.
I went to the F&B managers. Hey, this child is running around the clubhouse. If he is not with his parents, call security.
Yep.
Don't care. I have done my due diligence. He is not by the pool deck. He is not in any of my areas that I oversee. I have done enough.
Did you go to the boat people and say if you see him driving away in a boat, call security?
No, I didn't.
Hopefully he wouldn't be drunk and belligerent like the guy from last episode.
Yeah. Oh, funny enough,
Oh God.
it has nothing to do with like that actual person. So Ellen, on the
It had
On a
me at
previous-
ass crack. Okay.
on a previous episode, I had a boating under the influence incident.
Oh.
Yes.
Be you what?
By a 4-year-old?
No. By like a 40 something. I think 42, 46.
But acting like a 4-year-old because his
Acting like
mother came and everything.
His mom did come.
Man.
Actually,
You're gonna have to tune
that dude's mom was probably more responsive than your 4-year-old's mom.
Yeah, that's
True that.
Oh, for
True
sure.
that.
Which is sad.
Oh, she fully defended him.
She did.
Oh my God.
But this is a tangent. That's basically my story about the unaccompanied child is the parent, the entitlement. I'm just sick of it. I don't care. I will call security. I will get a complaint going on your membership. Don't care.
Good.
100.
Do it. It's not a Chuck E. Cheese or a John's Incredible Pizza.
Well, beyond that, it's like when I tell my kids, hey, we're doing X, Y, or Z, we're doing that. So I don't care if you don't want to come into the club. You're not going to the pool on your own. I'm sorry. You can go sit in the corner. You can pout. You can cry. You can do whatever. But you're not going out there on your own.
No choice.
Well, even with these places that are for kids to like run around and do all that, especially when they're as young as 4, you're not just supposed to let them run free. Like, shoot, Pretend City, you have to be with your kid the whole time.
And that's a place for children.
Yes. You're supposed to follow them around, make sure they, I don't know, don't bite anyone or something.
But she wanted her wine.
She wanted her wine.
And I mean, okay, we can understand that to some degree.
I mean,
but,
okay, yeah, we are drinking grape juice from the gods.
But just be a good parent, put him in a chair, hand them the tablet, put on the Bluey, and enjoy your wine.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think my parents socialized me in restaurant settings at a very young age, and I had expectations. And if I went against those expectations, I had one parent that sat in the restaurant pretty, eating the dinner, and the other parent was in the car with me screaming.
Yeah.
Not having a good evening.
Yeah. It's called being a good parent.
So they weren't embarrassed in public.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, if I want my dessert, if I want my scoop of ice cream, I'm going to shut the F up and sit here and eat my chicken tendies.
No, I've taken my son. He's throwing a fit in Target. He's 7 years old. Pull down his pants, swat him in the middle of the aisle too. I don't care.
Good for
I
you.
took Ivory soap, took it off the shelf.
Took it right off the shelf.
Put it in here. Put it in his mouth. They knew.
I love it.
You want to start? Here, I give him the look. Okay. I have 2 very respectful young men now.
Of course you do.
Yes.
My favorite was the holding the back of my neck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that got me by my mom or dad.
See, I flick my kids' ears.
Yeah. But that is my message of check your entitlement.
Yeah.
Just because you pay however amount of money, could be $5, could be $5 million. Check your entitlement.
And that could even segue into just the bad parenting of it all. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Okay. But my tangent on the BUI guy.
Yeah.
So we had another incident last week. We had a boat, not one of mine. Let's get that clear. I didn't do anything wrong. We had a boat in the marina that took on water.
Oh.
I'm talking about like a 40-foot boat.
Sinking.
Like somebody forgot to put the
this
drain
is a
plugs
big guy.
back in.
Oh,
Like Titanic status.
Well, come to find out, this boat has drowned in the ocean before, like near an island.
Wait, then how's it still alive?
Oh, they
You can float it.
they got it out. I don't know how. I don't know how that's possible. I didn't really ask questions.
Okay.
But so we called Harbor Patrol and they came to pump out the water just to make sure it wasn't sinking any further and it wasn't going to sink to the bottom of the harbor. So I go and I respond to this team member that's freaking out. I'm like, well, good job. You called Harbor Department. Like, they're going to pump the water. What else are you going to do? I'll call security. I'll get a report, but the boat is fine. The boat is still floating. It was the same harbor guys that responded to the BUI.
You're like, hey, buds.
I literally go, oh my gosh, hey guys, like, I'm so glad we're meeting with a sinking boat instead of a drunk guy. And they all just chuckle.
Were they hot? Did you get their number?
Do you really think I'd be flirting with them, making those comments if they weren't hot?
Did you give them your card? Say, oh, and if you need anything, here's my cell phone on the back.
Nah.
Oh my God, Liz, we need to work on your game.
Okay, they're not in their 20s. Let's just say that.
So?
Anywho-zy. I just thought it was funny that I made a joke to them like, oh, funny seeing you here.
It was so funny. It was definitely a good hitting on moment. Next call, you're going to give your card.
I hope to not see them again.
Or do you?
No, you'll see them again.
Yes.
I definitely will. It's only a matter of time.
Look, we're rolling up on spring break. Summer's right around the corner.
Don't remind me.
It's just like in our industry, like we know all the police in the city, like on a first name basis. Like, hey, Joe, welcome back. We're riding up on the elevator to the guest room. So how are the kids? This and that. And then we go into mode and we get to the room.
Why do you think?
That.
Why do you think Andy was here?
Yep, exactly.
I was gonna say.
I
You
worked
know
with
your
him
first responders.
I worked with him for years and had way too many phone calls to him. Way too many.
Good stories though.
For the most part, yeah. Good times.
Okay,
good times.
Ellen, I'm
Yes.
dying to know. I have so many questions. I feel like this is not going to fit into an episode. Like
Bring 'em.
my
Get to
head's
it then.
just, and I feel bad. I don't mean to be like taking over. I just legit have questions.
Ask away.
I love
Okay.
it.
I've got answers.
Okay, so what is the craziest thing you've seen in your lobby, or you can even say as of recent?
Well, there's a lot of crazy stuff. That I've seen has been a customer who comes up. He's bringing his vehicle in.
Okay.
For whatever reason, we had to get into his trunk because something with his tire. We had to put the spare back into it.
Okay.
He had a sex doll in his trunk.
Like a blown up
Like
sex
a
doll,
blown
ready
up,
to go.
full on red-headed sex doll. Yes.
But can you
Yes.
imagine a blown up sex doll?
Yes. And why would you?
Ready to
why?
go.
I was always like, why would you do that?
Can you
Wait,
imagine
wait.
him like carrying it out of his car? Like, where are you going with that, sir?
It's for the carpool lane.
Oh my god!
Is that
That's
what
what
he?
I thought.
I thought you meant that's what he said.
No. That's what I thought. Nobody's going to ask him, like, what is the
God.
sex doll
Well,
for?
was she surprised when you opened the trunk?
Yes. So,
Wait, did you open it like in front of him? Like, oh, sir, we just need to get in here.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Oh,
the customer was not there when we opened the trunk. Okay.
Oh.
So wait. Quick clarification. So is this like one of the like literally inflatable ones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know if this guy went like like
The
all
super
stops out and
expensive
bought the
ones.
realistic
Like,
ones. Yeah.
have you ever seen that movie Good Boys? The Good Boys? No? Okay, well, there's a sex doll in there, and it's exactly like that, except for this one had red hair and no clothes.
Was it to refer to your story? I think on the last episode, was it lubed up?
No, that wasn't
it
my
slippery?
story. That was Mike's story.
That was Mike's story. My apologies. But was it lubed up, ready to go?
Didn't get close enough to know.
Oh,
just
God.
kind of like
Okay.
looking there. So
Fair enough.
Did you throw it in a dumpster and have the homeless take it? No, because that's what he said.
Yeah.
threw it in the dumpster. We couldn't touch it other than
Fair enough.
move it.
Nor would you
get
want to.
The technician had to because he had to put the tire back in the trunk. But he calls me up, Ellen, you got to come see this.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm like, oh gosh, what now? I've
Gotta
seen
come
so
check this
much
out.
today. Yeah. So, and he doesn't tell me anything. He does not prepare me for what I'm about to see.
Oh, he
right?
shouldn't.
I know. So he goes,
He knows what's up.
It makes for a better story on a podcast.
Seriously, it's like the shock and awe of it all. So I'm like, okay. So I'm walking over, and I'm looking. It's a Focus. Okay.
That says something.
Yes, Focus.
I was like, is that a brand of doll?
Ford Focus.
Ford Focus.
Very small trunk.
Yeah. And
Into petite women?
yes, fun size. Okay. So
Oh, poor guy.
Fun size, full of air.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I'm walking over there, and mind you, he had opened the trunk and shut the trunk just for my benefit. He goes, I got to show you something.
Shock
Can
factor.
you believe what this guy has in his trunk? And I'm like, what? I had to do a double take. I'm like, is that what I think it is? Because honestly, I had never seen one in real life. I'd only seen them in movies. Could not wrap my head that somebody would bring their vehicle A into a dealership and have a blow up sex toy in the back of the truck.
god!
And I'm like, okay. And I kind of looked at it because I really kind of wanted to study it a little bit, Like,
Did you take a picture?
No.
Come on.
I think my technician did, but this was a while ago, so
You need
I
to
don't even
start
have access
taking
to.
photos.
Seriously, yeah.
I'm sure when he picked up the vehicle, you had to say, okay, and we put your spare back or whatever. But like as the customer, wouldn't you be like, oh shit, they looked in my trunk and put my spare back?
Yeah, don't we reinstalled your spare and your latex lover is back where she belongs.
Exactly.
We wore our latex gloves just to make sure.
Oh my god!
Well, and the technicians have to, so he was able to move in. But I wasn't touching that thing. I was curious. I was like, oh, okay, what does this do?
So do the technicians, I feel like this would be such a good idea. Do the technicians have like a board or something like weirdest thing they found in a car this week? That kind of like deal?
We have a used car department called a recon. Okay. It's where all the used cars come in, people trade in their cars and people leave the craziest stuff, in cars.
They don't clean it out?
No.
They just
they
say,
get the important stuff and they leave the crap for the dealer.
The garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not anything fun, but every once in a while there'll be things, and they have like a little box that they put stuff in, and sometimes they'll even come to the workers, hey, do you want this? I found this in a car, or whatever. Like one time I got like a license plate frame. It was a San Diego Chargers, not San Diego anymore, but it was a San Diego Charger frame. That was kind of cool because I'm a Charger fan.
It's like a lost and found that you can actually take the stuff home.
Yes, you most definitely can.
I was gonna say, is there any other like crazy stuff that people have seen in vehicles?
Well, you had one in your lost and found.
Yeah, I know.
Was I just not supposed to say the word?
We strapped it to my boss's front license plate.
Yes. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that. There was one guy who had, he brought his vehicle in for service, and the conversation went something like, he wasn't going to do business with us anymore. His car's on the drive. Mind you, we didn't do anything to it. If I remember correctly, we had given him an estimate, and he was like, no, I don't want to do this. So he walks out to his car, he gets in his trunk, and he pulls out a rifle.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. So at the time, we're just kind of, on the drive, just minding our own business. We know he's going to his trunk. We're thinking, a duffel bag, something,
Oh, God.
Just something maybe, I don't know.
Well, he's
not
holding a rifle.
Mm-hmm. And he takes it and he's walking with it like a cane. So he's doing, and he's walking back into the drive. And then at this point, we realize what it is. And we're sitting there and we're just like, oh, here it goes. This is how I go. But ironically enough, he was very calm. My general manager came kind of running down because somebody had signaled him that this guy has got a rifle that he's carrying. The thing wasn't loaded or anything. And he was just wanted, I guess, shock value. Did
anyone call 911?
No, because once they realized it wasn't loaded, they're like, okay, this guy's just Looney Tunes.
Well, how do you know if it's not loaded? I don't know that kind of stuff.
Did he announce that, like...
Yeah, well, first he said it's not loaded. But when you're walking in from the service drive...
Crazy man with a gun's word.
Then why are you holding it? Like, why?
Shock value.
I would still call the police.
He was pissed off. The general manager at the time was just like, just leave. Whatever. But, at the time, I remember, this was back in the late 90s. It was just
okay.
Yeah, it was like,
Still would be brandishing a weapon.
That was terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I started off as a cashier, and I always thought one day that's how I was going to go. I thought somebody was going to go postal.
I think that every day, but it's probably because I have a wee bit of anxiety. You get that from our industry.
Yeah.
But seriously,
and you have... prior trauma.
I have some trauma, especially like a lot of work trauma and upset employees. Like I got some trauma, and literally if I hear like a big bang, I'm like, that's it, I'm gonna die.
Oh no.
This happened 2 days ago. Someone dropped a trash can outside the lobby, and I was checking in a gas. I heard that, my heart stopped. I went, ugh, and the guy's like, are you okay? I'm like, give me a minute.
I thought you were gonna say you literally like hit the deck.
I almost did. I froze first.
I was thinking she was going to say the same thing.
Stop, drop, and roll. Let's go.
Oh my
gosh, that's awful.
So I feel you. Working in the service industry can be really scary. You're working with the public, and the public is scary, and they do crazy things.
And they make threats.
Yes.
I don't know how many times I've had threats at me, at my coworkers, everybody, and you don't take it seriously, but you kind of got to have to.
Oh, no, you do.
And it's, luckily nothing's ever happened. Besides that rifle guy, I haven't had an incident with a gun since, but it's one of those definitely I'll never forget. I will give it to my general manager at the time. He was on it. He was like, let's diffuse the situation, get this guy out of here. Once they figured out it wasn't loaded, he was gone.
Dang, that's heavy.
That's
Sorry
crazy.
to get heavy with you guys.
I know.
All right, so lighten it up then.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to lighten it up.
Give us a funny one.
Give us a funny one.
Okay. I was covering for our due bill coordinator.
Okay.
So you come in, I have LoJack, get you set up with LoJack, your tonneau covers here. I have to make sure that's installed. That's what a due bill coordinator is. Anything that was after the sale that you purchase, an accessory, that's what a due bill coordinator is. They install these aftermarket or after the sale items.
Okay.
So I was covering for the due bill coordinator because I had done it for many years. And I'm running around helping, customers and whatever. I come back to my desk and there's a message, because you can tell you how long the voicemail message is on. Somebody left a message. It was a 7-minute message. 7-minute. Okay.
Who has the
I
time
didn't
for
even
that?
know you could do that.
Yeah, 7 minutes. And I'm thinking, this
Why?
is going to be
Have you-
good.
Have you
This
ever?
is going to be good.
I don't think I've left a voicemail over like
No.
40 seconds
Yeah.
in my life.
Exactly.
I get them all the time. And
7 minutes?
You receive them.
yeah.
That's possible. I thought it would say your time is up.
Oh, no.
I'm like a minute.
I don't know. I mean, like I've received 3-4 minute long voicemails. Sorry, I don't mean to derail your story, but like, you know, the problem with it is that you'll get these people that'll leave these really long messages at the speed of slow.
No.
So I was there like 3 weeks ago. Well, no, maybe it was like 2 weeks ago. God, you know, it was like the 22nd of. And
Hold on. Let me get my
think.
calendar out.
Let me spell my name. B
B is
like
a boy.
Yeah.
And repeat their phone number 7 times.
Right. No. But here's the problem. They leave this excruciatingly long voicemail, right?
But you
'Cause-
have to listen to the whole thing.
and they speak at the speed of paint drying. But then they get to the very end and they find, I don't know, their caffeine kicks in or the Adderall or whatever. And all of a sudden
okay,
they
here's
go
my
from...
issue. Here's my number. Call
And
me
then
back.
you have to repeat the message to hear the
Yes.
gosh darn number.
Because I can't rewind 10 seconds.
Yes. Been there.
Been there, done that.
Sorry, Ellen.
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt. My apologies.
Hey, you didn't. It's perfectly fine because it's exactly. This is kind of what I was thinking. What was happening with this, this long message? It was 7 minutes, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, this guy's gonna. When I pick this up, I'm gonna be listening to this long message. This guy's talking like as slow as molasses. I'm used to that, right? So I'm like, okay, well, here, let's listen to the message. I listen, and he goes, "Hi, this is Stuart." And he says, "I wanted to," and then all of a sudden it just stopped. And I'm like, just waiting, and I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, well, let's see. I'm like a minute and 30 seconds into this.
You're
it's
still
7
waiting.
minutes. Yeah, I'm like,
I would just delete it.
so.
I put it on speaker and
Yes.
keep working to see if anything ever happens.
Yes. Well, I was working and typing, so I'm like listening, just in case, because since I'm covering for somebody, I didn't want,
Yeah.
somebody, if they left this message to say, you never call me back, I left you a message, and then it was me, not this coworker. So
Makes sense.
So I figured, well, I'm just working while I'm listening. It's 7 minutes. So here we go. So I'm just like typing away, can't do anything else. So, but there's nothing. Probably about 6 minutes into it, all of a sudden I hear, oh, that's it. Porn.
No!
Yes. Yes.
They thought they hung up.
And then I hear,
Shut up.
yes,
Shut the up.
serious as a heart attack, swear on my mother's life. Okay. And I'm like, oh, wait, this is really what's going on.
And you can't hang up.
I can't hang up. I can't hang up. Of
course.
And I'm like, I want to hear what ends. I want to hear how it ends. I'm just sitting there listening. And then all of a sudden it's dead. And I'm like, that's it? That's it?
That's how it ends.
That's how it ends?
Not
What
even
a
a grunt?
disappointment.
Yes. And so I'm getting everybody. Hey, you guys got to listen to this.
Oh, my
Yes,
God.
I'm getting everybody. And we're all dying. We're all, Stuart. Who's Stuart? We're trying to look through our roll. Who's Stuart? Who's Stuart? Who's Stuart? There's so many Stuarts, right?
Yeah.
But we know his name is Stuart. And so my general manager comes out and he's all, I just want to make sure you're not being sexually harassed, whatever.
What an HR move.
Yeah.
Right.
He just wants to
I
make
just want to
sure.
listen, make sure it's appropriate.
So I'm just making sure you're not getting harassed, making sure we don't have an HR issue on our
So I'm
hands.
gonna listen to the
You're not
whole
gonna
thing,
sue
just
us
in case.
for. Yeah.
Can you replay it for me?
That
Twice.
thing was yes.
Just so I can make sure, be very thorough.
That thing was replayed at least 10 times, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. General manager comes in. He goes, "Okay, there's no problems here. Whatever. You can erase it." I did not erase it. It was like
That's a keeper.
Yes, that was a keeper.
The people who had the day off, they needed to listen to it the day after.
Right.
Oh my God.
Exactly. So that just, I think of Stuart all the time, and I'm wondering like which porno was he watching? Was he happy? Did he have? Was he able to finish?
That's what I want to know.
Yes, like
It left you hanging.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so on that note, this will take us back to when Miss B and I worked together. We had a lost and found that was in a room. A guy left his iPad on the bed.
Yes.
So I, of course, go up to secure the iPad, and
Miss B, do you remember the story?
We've had many lost and found items. The story's gonna have to keep
yeah,
going.
but I showed you the photo of
I'm
it.
assuming it's an iPad and porn.
Yeah, so the guy had been
College degree right there.
So I grabbed the iPad and hit the button because
that's what you do.
Yeah, you see if there's like a way to identify it, right?
Of course.
Yeah, no. So the lock screen had kicked in when the video had still been playing, apparently. So I guess
I do remember this.
I guess he finished what he was using the iPad.
Mission accomplished.
For. Yes. And he just went to sleep and left the iPad and the iPad lock screened. And
in his sheets.
Yeah. And
do you have photo evidence of this, sir?
I do, actually.
Yes.
It's the lock screen.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll let you read the title of the
Read it.
Well, I'm assuming this is 9:26 a.m. that you found this iPad.
Correct. Now, this would be the HR nightmare she was just alluding to.
Well, okay. I'm curious of the website.
Read it. Read the title. I'm dying.
You know, I didn't even check the website.
Well, it's xvideos.com, not a certain hub
generic.
that we're all aware of. And using Safari, not Chrome. I'm judging.
Oldie.
Okay, anyway. The title of the video, Slut Lesbian Licks Her Ebony BFFs.
Oh my God.
Not just a best friend forever.
Yeah, that. So when someone usually comes to claim like an Apple or something like that, in order to prove it's theirs, say,
Like,
okay,
can you identify
what's your
it?
screensaver? What's your password? And then you press it in and then the video starts. Okay, it's yours.
Yeah.
And now I know what you're really into.
Oh my.
Okay, also,
BFFs.
Can you unlock the device? I'd really rather not.
Yeah, it's yours.
I think we have also said this on previous episodes, but we are not kink shaming here, folks.
No.
Oh
Not at all.
no, not at all.
There is
No.
a foot out there for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, it's so funny because everyone else giggled. I said that with such a straight face.
I know you did.
It's now my favorite Liz statement other than team.
Hey, team.
Everybody's got their foot.
There's a foot out there for everybody.
I was,
Get
trying
it
to,
right.
That
I was
one.
trying to figure out if that was like an actual foot or something that was like 12 inches in length.
12 inches or forearm. I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Oh goodness.
That would just leave you feeling full.
Oh my God. Is any of this making it in?
Sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry, Mom. I love you. I'm so sorry.
I'm so keeping
She's
that
enjoying.
soundbite too.
Please, don't let Dad listen to this. I swear. As long as I'm not in the car listening to the podcast
At the time.
with them, like our previous episode, 500 Straws for Christmas,
Then you're golden.
because that was funny.
That was. And you got 500 straws for Christmas.
I
No,
did.
she
I
got
counted.
less. Did you get less this year or the same amount?
You know what? Then again, we should probably leave it in because if everybody gets their, or if there's a foot out there for everyone, then
No, we're not
you'll
kink
get that at-
shaming.
You'll get that
Exactly.
at Christmas then.
Add that to the Christmas list.
With the straw.
Okay. Update though. I am a regular user of a metal straw with a silicone top.
Okay.
Standing O.
Okay.
Standing O.
Ding, 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 motherfuckers.
Okay.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you. So, Ellen, for backstory, I shared a story where I only like to drink most liquids other than the grape juice of the gods with a straw.
Same.
Like everything, even at home.
Same. Me too.
And I said I use plastic straws, and my mother would give them to me for Christmas every year.
So we shamed her a bit. Yeah.
So I got on.
She's killing the turtles.
Well, I got on our favorite online retailer that does 2-day shipping, and I ordered some straws.
I'm so proud of you.
Nice.
Thank you.
I went into a coffee chain that is everywhere and spent $10 to get 2 of their straws. And I use those. Sorry, guys, if you hear pouring in the background, you know we're
You
refilling.
know what it is. Well, Liz, if it makes you feel better, I'm one of those straw people too. I do the plastic. I have to have straws. Especially in restaurants, I don't want to put my lips towards a glass. Who knows it's been cleaned? And I know silverware.
Thank you.
I get that. I used to carry them around in my purse
That's her.
because I would be afraid that somebody wouldn't have a straw.
And I don't like
Cringe.
drinking ice cold drinks out of cup. Room temp, okay, beer, wine, basically. I think that's the only thing I drink that's, well, beer is cold, but not ice cold.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding me.
The
Miss
ice
B.
hits your teeth. No.
Literally hate it.
Yeah.
I get it too when then you're drinking the water and all of a sudden your mouth gets like filled with ice cubes and you have to spit them back in your glass.
No, I didn't want that.
Backwashing yourself like your 2-year-old.
I know. So I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you. So anyway, I am a regular user. Like I said, a stainless steel straw with a silicone tip.
I want to be
Deserves
you
another
when I grow
applaud.
up.
Right?
I really do. Maybe I should
Anyway,
try.
what were we talking about?
I'm going to get you like laser engraved metal straws.
Oh my God, yes.
Just say TFTSI on them.
Yes.
That's cool.
Liz.
I love it.
Love Bill.
Aw.
That's cool.
All right. So I think on that note, this is a good place to end the evening.
Can we plug the Instagram real quick?
Go for it.
So on Instagram, we all know all of us are on IG. Give us a follow if you like to listen. Bill posts some really cool stuff there, and he announces all the episodes that are coming out, especially season 2. So make sure to follow us on Instagram at Tales from the Service Industry. And give us a follow on Spotify. Turn on your notifications. Apple Music, turn on those notifications to get new episodes.
Do it.
Yep.
Look, let's just go full bore and say follow us on YouTube, on iTunes. Follow us everywhere.
Literally everywhere you can search and look up a podcast and follow, we are there. So give us a damn follow.
We promise not to overflow your inbox or your notifications. Don't post too much.
Every couple weeks.
Just enough.
The follows help.
Thank you guys for all your support.
And on that note, thanks, team.
So thank you for listening. We will be back in 2 weeks. Miss B, thank you for being here. Ellen,
Pleasure.
thank you for joining us for the first time.
Oh, my
Liz,
pleasure.
always a pleasure. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.